Hi YouTube, it's Pearlynrae here, back with another video. Today, we are going to sink our teeth in, mwaha, cause vampire, get it? Okay, we're going to be playing Vampire Therapist. We're going to be playing Vampire Therapist. If you've watched our previous VODs, you will know that we actually played the demo for this and really enjoyed it. So let's hit play. Hope it doesn't blast our ears off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, join our Discord server if you wish. Let's have the game load now. Made with Unity. Little bat. Cute. I put my webcam here because I looked at when we played the demos and this is where we put the webcam. So also last time I checked. Ooh. The achievements roll over. I'm happy. What achievements do we get? Hold up. First blood, found your first cognitive distortion, learned 5 cognitive distortions, dark pupil, learned about cognitive distortions, and complete your first client session. Dream, were you here when we played this game the first time? I don't think Alien was here. Zen was here. Zen admitted that they were surprised that they enjoyed this game. You were not present. So Dream wrote a comment just then, one of my mods. By the way, not Dream, the problematic Minecraft YouTuber who did that unfortunate face reveal. No, my Dream is a longer username. We've just taken the last. The username is that great idea you lost in a dream, and it would be quite annoying to say the entire thing every time. So yeah, so Dream just said, hi YouTube, we're going to be playing Vampire Daddy Issues, try not to swoon too hard. Dream, remember how when we were playing Hercule Poirot and I was thirsting after Gideon? Great intro, thank you. But you remember how I was like, Gideon Demir? Well, if you know my type, actually let's hit new game, and like if you've seen the demo, you'll know this part already. Feel free to skip through and whatever, it's fine. But we have quite a few new people in chat, so I'm going to hit new game and play new game. By the way, we do have the DLC couples therapy. Let's hit new game. It's fine. Oh, yes. Unless you're a vampire. Yeah, so Vampire Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course, death. These may be uncomfortable or upsetting for some readers. We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of these topics approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Strong language is also present. Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but it should not be considered a substitute for therapy. Unless you're a vampire.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire.
How's the volume, guys?
Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. A fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them. Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Stream.
And we're back. You wanted it slightly. There. Okay, vampires. Listen, when you live that long, you're bound to accumulate brain issues. Okay, so as I said, people who, listen, I'm only 35, and I've accumulated stuff. Let's see. As I was saying, for those of you on YouTube who have watched the demo, us play the demo, you'll already know this part. Just hang out with us.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
You can hear him, right? Hold up. Yeah.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Hang on. See Sam's name.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Well, we already know all of this from the demo, but yes. Oh, doing what content? Andromachos.
I'm looking for Andromachos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, das ist why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
I wonder if we can not. I think so. Let's see. You do marketing for a dealership? Ah. Yeah, but it's not content creation for yourself. But no, it's still content creation. Yeah, I think you did last time.
What's so special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever. You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
And I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Yeah, the bouncer asks if we know them. Yeah, there's an option to say no.
Shh, Maxie, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
Ask about the dress code.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Oh, bypass the annoying minigame? Oh. Oh, we'll see if I can get it this time.
Don't worry, mein Liebling. We make each other warm.
Unless there's an achievement.
Stop, don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
Tell them. Wait, hang on. Let's have a look at the achievements. Drank fresh blood for the first time. Survived. Had a flawless client session. Found a distortion within a distortionception. Kept perfect focus during meditation. Found at least one of each cognitive distortion. Helped Dr. Drain find himself because help free meta save an ancient meta show your quality. Showed your quality of the very highest. A vampire of taste. Completed the game. Completed Andromakos' entire quiz. Suggested some tasteful nudity. Oh my gosh. Defended a client, didn't complete your first couple therapy session. Had faith in modern political systems. Learned all you could about the French Revolution. Help a client find a new path. Rescue a discontented child. Take a chance on love. Ooh. Misidentify a malcontent. Oh. Show deep interest in musical theory. Ruin someone's night. Ruin someone's night might be that achievement. But I don't want to. Because Dream has to experience what we went through. Oh. What's happening? Oh, I don't want to have my own fun. It's only a... What's happening? That's... Hold up. Yeah, that's High Noon Mind. Up. High Noon Mind.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Yeah, I can still ban and stuff.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club. Because we are now meeting you.
But I have to go into the club and meet Andromakos.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromakos, though.
Oh man, Dream. Oh, I want you to meet Andromakos.
He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend. I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts. I'm here to see Andromakos.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Dash their hopes. Should we dash their hopes? We did bring them joy during the demo. Let's Everybody needs a weird German couple in their party. Bring them. All right, we'll bring them again.
Friends of mine.
All right. Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine. Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Oh, Dream, they say thank you. Very
Loud in here.
loud.
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this. I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromakos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
When I tell you, the first time we heard the music, I was like, oh, it's so loud.
Get you, cowboy. The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Hot branding.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Special experience.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here. This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Time to see my boyfriend.
Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Yes, I know who you are, Sam Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Hi, Emma. Oh, Emma, unfortunately, we weren't able to start up the Date Everything demo because they expired the license for Date Everything demo. Like, the demo's no longer available, so we went straight to Vampire Therapist.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Oh, so good. I can help myself.
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now.
Oh,
I don't think I need
thank
help.
you.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
Hang on. Thank you.
We all need help, Samuel.
Oh.
I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
There we go.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down.
Listen.
What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Listen.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. Just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
Listen. 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 Listen.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
No, I mean listen to him. Listen. Listen.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Young.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. that make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods. Mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Listen.
Cognitive who's he what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Listen. Oh yeah, the fact that he's shaped like this. Let's see.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes.
Yes.
High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
You gotta be able to climb them. Listen.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
Marky Mark!
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake. My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Handshake is wild.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Oh, the scribble in his notebook.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
If he was in the Roman Empire, he's got lead poisoning. Yeah, but he's a vampire.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Death eventually comes for us all.
Oh.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
Oh.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends
I'ma
in
have
hope that
chocolate.
They might not.
I'ma have Milky Bar.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Yes.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
Go on, eat your chocolate while you swoon over tall, dark, and bitey. Don't have to tell me twice.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy. Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be.
Jim, I like how we're upstairs having this like really serious conversation about psychology. Meanwhile, his club downstairs is like super debaucherous with the pumping music.
Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it. My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but
Hey.
you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified. I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
Lol.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Explains hot branding.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Listen.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded I was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
Pen.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old, I am ancient. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
You forgot to buy pre-workout? Oh no.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
Also, dream he's wearing purple.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
Yep.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Huh. I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Well, that there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking.
Woo!
There's a huge
Nice
space
shoot.
between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
Okay.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Oh, dear.
Just call me Andy.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
So loud!
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again.
Clint
How'd it go,
Eastwood.
cowboy?
The orange is in the back. Or literally downstairs in the club.
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
He said, how do you know so much about what Andy's doing anyway?
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Naked in a hot tub.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
There ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Oh!
Trying hard to look. It's the sexy old guy again.
Hang on, I need to sit on my feet. They're cold.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, You will definitely get lucky.
Welcome back.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Tell them they're not your type. Tell them alcohol is bad for them. Tell them you don't have the money. Tell them they can support themselves. I don't have the money.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
It's true.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have housed the sexy old men.
All right, I'll buy it.
The sexy old men.
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
If he bites him, he's gonna be tripping for days.
Yeah, you like older men. Look, kids, you seem like nice enough folks, but I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder.
Kinder.
They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
That's why Andy says that he runs a club at a considerable loss.
So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here. Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
See, Zen and I have already gone through this part of the game, but I know Dream and Alien haven't.
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
It's just a kink room, not a big deal. It's just a kink room, not a big deal, is it?
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special
It's
customers.
just a little bit of kink room.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
My neck scrubs with anticipation.
But Zen, the last time we tried, we couldn't get around her collar. I didn't know where to click.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I felt so bad.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
All right, let's try again. It was a skill issue. I didn't know where to click. You believe in me missing? No.
Yeah, well, you
That's labeling. Listen. Well, okay.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
He said, "Well, you've got me pegged." Oh my god.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Well, step right on up.
Even the first time I heard Reinhardt say that, I just think of the voice actor in the booth voicing that line, and it makes it's so funny.
Remember,
All right,
Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins, and we'll all have a nice time.
blue veins. Blue veins.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Okay.
Sure thing. Come on over.
All right. See, he was easy because it's just out in the open, but I don't know whether or not I clicked right.
Where'd your neck go?
See?
It's right here, waiting for you.
Hold up.
Oh, Reinhard.
There we go.
The hot old vampire wore me
Just-
out.
Okay. Drank fresh blood for the first time. Woo!
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reinhard, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, sure thing, fella. Maybe I can tell you some Eisenhower stories. Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins. Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation. Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
And then we thought, Zen, remember we thought that the demo would like end here, but it continued.
I hope you slept well.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
We know that
I've
reference.
gotta make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you develop this desire to help our king find a different way of thinking.
Yawning is contagious, even the word. Skill issues.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was,
Oh.
I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think.
Started seeing things I'd never seen before. That was the drugs.
I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
This is why I like having Dream react to things. We still need to watch that YouTube video.
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the transcendentalists helped me.
Should have?
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
During the VOD break, we'll watch it.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure.
Yes.
And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
And I find nothing. It's literally the first time I heard this, I was like, well, just call me out. Just call me and my standards for myself all the way out. Just oofed.
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do. But nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
We discussed that too during the demo.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing, spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either. I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive. I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds. I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
Pearl likes men that use them $3 words. That's it.
ain't you discounting the fact that you probably...
I did.
Oh,
but I
okay.
still have not distorted reality. Listen
$3
carefully.
words. Listen, you're distracting me.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you've done.
Listen, we're literally playing a game that delves into psychology. There are gonna be some $3 words, $4 words, and $5 words.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
$3 words.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Dream, do you want to explain to Alien what a $3 word is? It just means, it's not monosyllabic. It just means that it's like what a simple person would call like a fancy schmancy word.
But tomorrow,
Oh,
don't feel ready
so
yet.
funny.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
Oh, I get you. I'm ready as I'll ever be.
I think I'm good.
So don't worry about it. Oh.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
Hey yo, a liter.
How much is a liter?
What did I guess 32 ounces? I think so.
Just get enough to drink, Samuel.
The last
you will
time?
not be able to work if you are hungry or tired.
That's right.
Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Hey yo.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
Andromaco. How is it so hard to pronounce his name?
You
Never
as well,
mind.
Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is.
Easy peasy.
If you need
Easy
guidance,
peasy.
I will provide it to you telepathically.
Oh my gosh.
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Dr. Drain, 430. Male. Origin English. Intake. Dr. Drain is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Quote-unquote drug. Suggestion. Detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits.
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
And I said in the demo, or when we were playing the demo, that this is true unless you are part of a very, very egotistical clan. Like, very, very prideful clan.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed, you catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Bat.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying. Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you? My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you. Oh well, I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Are you all right, Samuel?
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
Wants to complain.
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat. I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me? Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey. I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
His horse died. He was going through a bit. He has an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem.
Oh god. Oh god. My feet numb. My feet are numb. But like, I have to sit on them because they're getting cold. Hang on. Alright, YouTube. Thank you for the posture check, Alien. YouTube, I'm gonna pause you real quick. YouTube, welcome back. Let's continue.
Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? Well, what's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
Oh, my back.
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
Suggest a milder addiction, suggest something tasty, suggest a hug, suggest there are no easy solutions.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T.
A hug. Here's the thing. People who try to stave off an addiction, like distract from an addiction with physical touch, usually end up either addicted to the person that they got the physical touch from, or they substitute whatever they were addicted to with a sex addiction, because the oxytocin are like the feel-good happy chemicals you get from hugging and physical affection. They end up getting addicted to that, so they just switch. Yeah, it's all about the dopamine hit.
And I know how you English love your tea.
Tea.
we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing.
But tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to?
Get this.
It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
You're losing me.
Dream, he's using too many $3, $4 words for Sam.
Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
Maybe $5 here.
I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
That's very inhospitable of you, partner. Do a line with him.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc.
Oh wait, Dream, you were here for when we were playing Frog Detective 3. So yesterday we played all 3 Frog Detectives, and the last one was Frog Detective 3, Corruption at Cowboy County. I got my accent game on, but the thing is, by the end of the stream, it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. No, it was 3 days ago, because I took 2 days off because, well, after that stream, my throat was shot, and then yesterday, my eyes were hurting.
Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
He's addicted to his own plasma.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
I don't know whether or not I laughed at that the first time during the demo, but like, just walk into the fireplace.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I am in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Gee, it's just control fallacy, should statements. Like he's just all over the gaff.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
Yes.
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I
Cowpoke?
heard you talk a lot about failure. But it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
I remember when I thought I was a realist.
Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
But you know something.
Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though.
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should.
Well, who said you should have achieved more?
Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work.
And what happens if you don't?
Absolutely nothing at all.
Well, that's my point.
That is not as encouraging as you think it is.
Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Control fallacy, I think.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience.
Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself.
Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding?
No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc?
That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
I mean,
That's a
Right?
pretty dark read on things. You know, lots of folks get over their addictions.
Yes, but not me.
I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a
hermano.
lot of life and opportunity left in you,
Life?
if you can call this life. Now hold on there. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray too, you know.
What am I gonna eat for dinner?
Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
Cowpoke.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Still a good line.
Yes, yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it?
Get this. Guys, hold on to your britches.
I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
English boy has a praise king, listen.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man.
That sounds just a hop, skip, and a jump from a worship king. Listen, that's a cousin. That's a relative.
I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night?
Oh, nothing of the sort.
Oh well, I'm glad to hear that.
You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself.
Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
So you're not sleeping and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Pretty sure it's Nosferatu thinking.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people.
It sounds like sounds like he needs sleep. You need a nap. English boy needs a little nap time. Little nap time. He's so grumpy. His little grumpy boy needs a nap time. Yes.
Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call him, might even be a different degree of depressed?
He needs his blankie.
Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole.
Oh, you
Mild
two are
is
so
putting it
funny.
mildly, buckaroo.
Guys are so funny.
Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Oh,
And
labeling.
why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner?
It's literally what you're paying for.
Is that not what I currently am?
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label.
Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer.
No, moaning's what's happening downstairs.
Moaning, whinging, belly aching, still all just labels.
Give me a moment. I'm double. Oh!
I don't believe I shall be using the term belly aching in any case.
Belly aching!
But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Labeling.
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus?
The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think?
But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided.
Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool.
Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel.
What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius?
Still just labels.
Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience.
Yeah, no crap. Like, unless there's another older vampire in the same medical field as he is, he's like the person to go to, right?
I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem?
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
What kind of downsides?
Guys, buckle up. Ready for the downsides?
I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex. Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Gallivanting?
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Well, I should be better at it.
Should.
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
Shouldn't all over yourself.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
Incontinence.
I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts?
I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas.
There we go. Had some influencer stuff. Tell the cowboy who hurt you.
Heck, we're dead, man. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, alright, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all.
Is that actually gonna happen, though?
It might.
You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you?
I was thinking about it.
Alright, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking.
I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am.
Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect.
Get it?
I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Had a flawless client session. Give yourself a little compassion, a little drugged up plasma, and go hip deep in it. Just deep.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter in a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling.
Treasure this feeling.
But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin. Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
Oh, they are.
I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub. Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam, how you doing tonight, partner?
Sometimes you need a rest day.
Better already hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you
True.
think it went?
But remember, rest day, like, I know you love seeing the results, but results also come from rest days. The micro tears in your muscles actually need rest days to heal so that they can, yeah. Former gym junkie here, who's literally injured myself from being too much, from being overzealous. You've been on a week break. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe you should go in the morning.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end.
Go to the gym. Yeah. Because it depends. If you had been going every day for this entire week and, like, slugging yourself, that's different. But if you've been on a week break, like, that's enough. Like, you've recovered.
You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
Yes.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light.
Typey.
Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Don't fall for the trap.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway. I'm 50 years young.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Damn straight, you do not fall for the trap. But I like people guessing though. I guess I'm an exception to the rule.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Pearl, you like being an exception to the rule, to most rules? Yes, true.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
The amount of times we've been on call, and then literally I'll go, but not me! Not me!
Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
You get it? Because there's so much sugar in the American diet. You get it? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Mmm.
To me, It tastes like life itself, cowboy.
Ayo!
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
You take a sippy sip
Oh,
of
of
your
course.
juice.
I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Take a sippy sip, sippy sippy sip. Dun, dun, dun.
There he is, my incredible protege.
Oh, that voice. Alright, that's a checkpoint. Twitch, don't go anywhere because we're going to continue. But as for you, YouTube, I'll wrap up this VOD. You're going to have to wait for the next upload for the rest of this VOD. Lol. I like this game. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, drink, join our Discord server if you wish. My name is pearlynrae, reminding you to drink. Drink what? Your water, get enough sleep, eat dessert, look after yourself, go to therapy, and I'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube.